Alrighty.
So we're going to talk about this past week's episode of Teen Wolf. Who insulted the Nogitsune in order for it to cause this much chaos as it has this past episode?
It's killed like a few people now. I don't know, because I'm thinking that it might be Kira's mom, because she did threaten him.
But he didn't necessarily seem insulted by it, you know?
No, he just seemed unthreatened, basically.
Yeah, it's like you're like a speck of dirt. I don't even care about you right now.
Exactly. But like, I don't know who else outright has insulted.
It also depends on, maybe it's not necessarily the Nogitsune alone who's been insulted, but the person that's been possessing. So depending on who it's possessing can maybe it
carries on into
yeah.
it. So then who's insulted? Well, everyone's insulted Styles.
But that's with Styles and Nogitsune. Like, yeah, it's hinting towards it, but at the same time, a lot of stuff that's happening to Styles is also happening to Allison, and Allison has been missing a lot this season during the major scenes that usually she would be a part of. So it's kind of like, if it was Allison, it makes sense. Because the whole stealing the Argent's weapons and tools and putting one in Derek's house, which made him come to the Argent's house when she knew her dad was going to be there. And the whole Silverfinger's money, which led the police to the Argent's place and led both Derek and Mr. Argent to be suspects in Silverfinger's murder, who was apparently murdered the night before. Derek and Mr. Argent happened to be in the police station when the bomb goes off, when no other person in that police station was important to the show whatsoever. So it seems like the target is Derek or Mr. Argent or both. And if the Nogitsune is an Allison and it's feeding off who insulted her, it makes a lot of sense because her dad kept secrets from her that caused a lot of strife in her family and ultimately in some ways caused the death of both her mom and her aunt.
Well, her aunt brought it on herself. I'm sorry about that.
That's true, that's true, but at the same time, like, had she known about it, she wouldn't have been as attached to her aunt. She believed her aunt for the longest time, and she still feels guilty about it. In the beginning episode, she had those night hallucinations about that of her aunt getting revenge on her. And Derek was the one who killed her mom, or bit her at least, which ultimately led to her death, and also helped kill her aunt. That would make sense as to why they're the targets and why it seems to be them who are getting the brunt of some of this stuff.
That was only one attack, though. And it was the most recent attack.
Mm-hmm.
The one at the hospital, we don't really know who it was aimed for at all. Mm-hmm. If it even was aimed for anyone. The trap in the forest that nailed Finstock right there.
That's an Argent. Those are Argent arrows.
That looked like an Allison arrow.
Yeah.
And it looks like a hunter trap.
And unless Allison taught Styles how to set those traps.
Who else would it have been for?
Well, you know the Nogitsune was in Styles' body and supposedly controlling him the entire time. He purposely led Scott and the twins towards that area. And like I said, once again, if Scott in some sense offended Allison as well, because one, they broke up, two, he has a lot to do, well, he was involved at least with the death of his mom and the aunt once again.
She's still happy with him though. She's the one who broke up with him. He was the one who pined after her for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't see Scott being a
target yeah.
from Allison's area anyway.
Yeah, because like I said, it's either Allison or Styles that has Nogitsune. Unless there's some hint to another person having
Maybe a new
it.
deputy? I don't know. That new guy who's good looking and he's only 24 and he had 2 years in the army. I forgot his name. Parrish?
Parrot. Something.
I don't know.
He's the deputy. He's the one that checked the bomb out.
Yeah, bomb.
For all we know, the whole entire town could have assaulted the Kitsune, and that's why it's causing the chaos it is.
I don't know. There's like a little thing maybe that there's two.
Nogitsune. Because it does.
No, not two nogitsunes. Maybe one nogitsune and just another kitsune that's just helping it for some reason.
Because, well, that's possible because when you hear it in the previous last week's episode, you see when it's talking to Styles, it says, "We are trying to help you. We are trying to save you. If you do as we say, we will not hurt your friends and family." It's either referring to itself in the third person and as plural, or there's another player in this game that we have yet to see. Ursa.
Are we really doing it?
Fine, out.